join me again on a Supplement Sunderday, where we are going to cover a supplement either every Saturday or Sunday and learn about it together, all the things I was never taught in pharmacy school. This has been so much fun, and so much fun to dig into these supplements deeper and really find out the chemistry and why this works. So our supplement for the week, what are we talking about? Well, I'm going to throw you a little curveball here because I'm sure you already saw it in the title, but I'm going to switch it up. We are talking about Phaseolus vulgaris. Phaseolus vulgaris. Okay, white kidney bean extract. So it's completely different than eating a plate of white kidney beans. That is not going to get you where you need to be. This has to do with the extract of the white kidney bean, and it is fantastic. Stay with me here. So let's talk about how this thing works. All right, we're starting with digestion 101. This is where we need to kind of backtrack and understand how food is digested into our system, okay? So when we eat food, our saliva immediately is going to secrete an enzyme called alpha amylase. And the alpha amylase is preparing our body. It reacts to this food. It's ready to start digesting the food, right? And as it passes through our system, then our pancreas also excretes another enzyme. That's called alpha glucosidase. Now, what these do, these enzymes chomp on the food that we eat. It breaks it down into simple carbs and sugars that our body actually can digest, okay? So if we eat something, a complex carb, things like fruits and vegetables, beans would be another thing, but they are complex carbs. They have to be broken down into simple carbs for our body to actually digest them. After they're digested, then our body uses it as energy or it stores it as fat. Now let's get back to our white bean extract. Our white kidney bean extract paralyzes this enzyme, alpha amylase. It paralyzes it, so it cannot chomp. It can't chomp anymore. So what happens to these complex carbs? Well, they just continue passing through our system, right? They're never broken down into something that's actually digestible. Brilliant. That is brilliant. So in essence, 0 calories come from that process and 0 effect on blood sugar. Okay, now here, let's get into my fun fact. So there was actually a study done in mice that this white kidney bean extract also decreases the abundance of firmicutes. Now, firmicutes is a bad gut microbe. It's something we don't want there. It has a negative effect on our glucose and our fat metabolism. So it's gut related. How many times do we talk about that? When we talk about things that have to do with our health, there's a gut connection every time. Every time. It's just fascinating. And the second part of this study showed that there was an increase in our bifidobacterium, an increase in our lactobacillus, and our Akkermansia, which we consider good gut microbes. These are what balance our gut and keep us healthy. Okay, so the results of this study showed that there was an improved metabolic markers in these mice. It also showed that there was a decrease in inflammation and in obesity. Crazy, huh? All right, now let's move on. What does it do? What does it practically do in our body if we can block some of these complex carbs and sugars from being absorbed into our body? Well, think about this. Obesity. Obesity is a huge problem in this country, and I'm sure it's not just this country either. So obesity leads to so many things, right? It's a precursor to disease. So when we talk about things like arthritis, carrying that extra weight is hard on your joints. When we talk about oxidative stress, when we talk about high cholesterol levels, hypertension, cancer risk. How about diabetes? A huge one we talk about all the time. And that, of course, leads to chronic kidney issues. So if we can control obesity, we can get a grip on some of these other diseases that come with obesity. Okay, so that's huge. Secondly, glycemic control. Just blood sugar balance, right? So it's super important that our blood sugars remain stable. When this white kidney bean extract is on board, we see a lower swing in blood sugars because it has to do with the glycemic index of foods as well. Not going to get into that in depth, but I have covered it in a couple other videos I can sure link in the description box. Third thing, appetite. It's been shown it can actually decrease our appetite because things are moving through our system slower and being absorbed at a slower rate. So it actually can decrease our appetite. And another part of that is it's thought to decrease some hormones that are involved in hunger and in appetite control. And of course, the slowing of the stomach emptying is huge as well. And then the fourth thing, which kind of just wraps it all up, because these undigested carbs basically act like a fiber. Fibers are also not digestible, right? So that results in a lower body fat. It results in a healthier gut bacteria, which we kind of covered already. It also helps in improving our blood sugar situation, our whole insulin sensitivity and our blood sugar picture. Huge. It's huge. Gut health is such a what? It's a big deal. Gut health is such a big deal, you guys. And it all is tied together, which is so fascinating, right? Now, precautions. Let's talk a couple precautions. Well, it can cause some digestive turbulence, possibly. I do take the product we are going to talk about and I don't notice issues, but it can cause some things like some nausea or diarrhea. It can cause some gas or bloating. So those are things that you can just be on the outlook for if you are going to be supplementing your diet with white kidney bean extract. Another thing, if you have a bean allergy, you'd need to stay away from this. That's pretty self-explanatory. But when we talk about medications and interactions, no, you are safe to be using this, and it is safe to be using this on a regular basis as well. Now, let's talk Plexus. So Plexus has two products that white kidney bean extract is a major player in. And the first would be the block, and the second would be the balance. So we have got block and balance right here. Now they are different. They're similar, but they are different. And again, I will link videos to both of these products in the description box if you wanted a better explanation of how these differ and how they are the same. Now, what is really fun fact about these two, 48% of the sugars and carbs, that's the claim, that can be blocked by using this product. That is substantial. So if you are looking for something to help all the time, I think balance is your ticket. Now, if you're looking for more of a cheat thing, if you're going out to have birthday cake at Johnny's birthday party, or if you're going out to have Olive Garden tonight with a couple glasses of wine, using block is great, but balance, I think, is a superior product, okay? More scientifically developed. The next thing, yes, this is safe for everyday use. That is not an issue. The nutrients are still absorbed from our foods. That's what's so brilliant about this. We still get the nutritional value from our food, just without the added carbs and sugars. So that is what we have learned this week from this simple little bean extract. Pretty fascinating and valid. And that's the best part about all this. It's scientifically valid. So I hope you've enjoyed this today. I appreciate you sticking with me. Thanks for following through and learning what I never learned in pharmacy school. We will see you next week, and cheers to your health and happiness.